Hey guys, it's AD here, and I'm here with Chris. He's got a nice little combo video for SPYRALs that he's been using at locals and savaging people for days. So, what do you guys say about your combos before you show us?
I got 3 of them. They're separated by beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And after, I'll do a deck list if you want.
All right.
Okay, so
let's do it.
Start with the beginner. You can have either cards that search these cards or these cards themselves. So you need drone and super agent, so the field spell works too.
Okay.
If you're going second, you can switch out drone for spiral tough because they both check the top card. So normal summon, either drone or spiral tough. Get the info on the top card, and then activate agent's effect now that you know the top card. So summon's guaranteed, and then he gets special summon. You have 2 spiral monsters. Link for spiral double helix. Activate spiral double helix effect. You already know the top card, and you'll summon into his zone. Spiral master plan. Master plan effect activates, and you will add spiral mission assault. Some people don't play this card. Only people that play Foolish Burial Goods play this card, so it's optional, but it's the best one to get for the beginner combo, but it's not necessary. If you want, you can just get the trap instead. The Spiral Mission Rescue. Free cards are free cards. So this is in your hand.
So now we know that you play Foolish Burial Goods.
Yes, I do. So you have a link 3 here, a link 2, and a 1 monster. So you link 3, and we get Decode Talker. Up here, Spiral Master Plan's effect activates whenever she's sent to the graveyard. Her effect triggers, and she can add 1 Spiral Resort and 1 Spiral Monster from the deck to your hand. So there's the Resort, and then you're going to add Spiral Sleeper. Those are the 2 cards you're going to add. The next thing we're going to do with these in our hand is activate our Spiral Resort and activate effect. And we're going to grab Spiral Last Resort. Now, we have these cards in our hand, and we have a loaded grave, so we have I would leave the master plan in your grave so you could use her for the other spiral rescue cards later. I mean, it's up to you, but it's just, that's what I personally would do. You banish these 3 spiral cards.
For sleeper?
Yeah.
So this is basically just the generic basic combo everybody probably knows by now. They've probably seen it.
Yeah, this is the most beginner combo you have with double helix. It doesn't get much worse than this in your opening hand. If you have anything worse than this, I mean, you're probably losing that game. But he gets summoned, and then you can equip Last Resort to him from your hand. Make sure he's in Decode Talker zone to bump Decode Talker. And then you can activate the Assault, and what this does is anytime a Spiral card destroys a card, it lets you draw cards. That's why this is the best one to get, because he destroys cards, and he protects him, and Last Resort protects him. Decode Talker protects from things like targeting. I mean, you'd have to tribute your sleeper, but like sometimes in games things like that happen, and you just have to.
So because of these 3 right here, you get to draw 2 each time you do it.
No. You only get to draw
one.
Draw 1 because it happens simultaneously.
Okay.
But
you always get to draw.
Yeah. So like if you don't have this, because I said like you don't have to play this, you have this, and let's just say hypothetically, your opponent attempts to target Spiral Resort, and you really want this to stay on the field, which you like, they target this with Cosmic Cyclone, but you need another search on your next turn to make any further plays. If you want to keep this, you can sack your sleeper with Decode Talker to negate it, because Decode Talker negates targeting. And then before you go back to your turn, you can use this to add your sleeper back for your next turn, and then you already have 2 cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you can get a 3rd, because you'll have your Decode Talker too, assuming it lives. So you just search a Spiral monster, summon it, you can link 4 into Firewall or something, and then you put sleeper back out. So you know, the combo keeps things going.
But you'll have no more Last Resort, right?
Right,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you had something like Soul Charge or Big Red, so like what you would really do is like if that happened, the card you would want to get is Quick Fix, search Big Red, and then do that what I just told you, and then use Big Red to bring Last Resort back and equip it from the field to the sleeper, so you can set yourself back up. But yeah, that's the beginner combo. It's the worst of the three. The other two, I mean, the boards are like almost unbreakable with the other two. But you know, if things go poorly, that's the best thing you can do with Drone and Agent.
It's still pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean, if you draw much worse than that, you're very limited on what your options are. So you at least want to know that one. The next one is Quick Fix Double Summon. Double Summon can also be Foolish Burial Goods. So I was talking about this a minute ago. I'm going to do the combo with Double Summon because it's easier. But with Foolish Burial Goods, you
ditch the Assault.
Yeah, you can ditch the Assault, and when the Assault's in your graveyard, you can banish it to special summon a Spiral card from your hand. So it's basically pseudo Double Summon. So this is just acts as extra copies of Double Summon, and it's also good for sending the trap in late game situations to like bring Double Helix back, and like so you can, you know, keep playing. Because basically this acts as extra copies of Big Red and Double Summon. So that's why I like Foolish Burial Goods. But a lot of people don't because it's ashable and punishable. So there's plenty of people that don't play it. It's a personal choice. So with this combo, we normal summon Spiral Quick Fix. This is the intermediate combo.
This is also pretty much basic too, I think. The
No,
double summon combo anyway.
No, this combo is a little more difficult. That's why I call it intermediate. But you're going to add Drone to your hand with Quick Fix. And then you activate Double Summon so that you can normal summon Drone and get the information for the top card and stack your opponent's deck. Link to 2 Spiral monsters for Double Helix. Activate effect, you call the top card, you already know what it is. And then you get Master Plan.
So I'm assuming every one of these combos has a Master Plan attached to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Master Plan, activate effects.
Konami, please ban.
And then you're actually going to get the trap this time, the rescue. Okay, and then because you control a Super Agent, because Double Helix name counts as Super Agent, you're going to discard the rescue you just got to special summon Quick Fix. Quick Fix's effect is going to trigger for a search, and you're going to get where's it at? Spiral Big Red. You activate Spiral Big Red. Bring back Drone. And then with this, we're going to link 3, Double Helix, and Master Plan for Decode Talker. The Master Plan effect is going to trigger, and you'll get Resort and Super Agent. And then
you already know the top card, so you'll special Super Agent.
Super Agent, yeah, right there. And then I usually wait to do this until later, until I get to the Princess Sprite part. But I'll just do it now because it doesn't matter what order you do it in. You activate Resort, and then the Resort gets Spiral Sleeper. Okay. So now that we're here at the point where we have Decode Talker, we still have an extra deck zone to make stuff with. This will fall off when you overlay. And then you're going to make...
I thought it stayed on the field.
No.
Because it doesn't say is gone when the monster's gone, you know?
Yeah, this leaves when the monster leaves, but when this leaves, the monster stays. It's weird.
That's...
Yeah.
Rewrite it, please.
So Starling triggers. She gives an extra 300 attack for each material she has onto her to any monster. I usually just pick Decode Talker because he's the biggest thing, and if you get interrupted, it's, you know, he'll be huge. But I mean, if you made it this far, you're not getting interrupted anyway. So
pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You detach Quick Fix. You get to search a Wind Beast, and you get DD Crow, and he's important because he's a level 1 wing beast. She might even be limited to level 1 wing beast, I'm not sure. But he's a wing beast, and he's a level 1, which is important for the combo, but he's also a pretty good hand trap, so it's actually important that this is the card that you're using. So we have DD Crow in hand now. And now, while we still control a super agent over here, something up here. Oh yeah, I did mess something up. Okay, we'll banish the Spiral Mission Rescue, and we're gonna bring back Master Plan under Decode Talker. You have to do this first before you summon a quick fix. You activate Master Plan once she's back on the field again, because she's not once per turn, and you're going to get a second copy of Spiral Mission Rescue.
Now, why does Master Plan have to be under Decode?
Because whenever you make Firewall Dragon up here, when you link her away, it triggers Firewall Dragon effect to summon more cards.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, like, if it helps anyone else, I like to think of this area over here, like these 1, 2, 3, maybe even this zone, like your working area, and then this area here, your end game. So, like, you're going to be working and playing over here, and here's where you're going to finish things.
That's where you're filling out your end game board.
Yes. So, with this, we're going to take Spiral Quick Fix and discard the Rescue to special summon him because we control Super Agent right here. His effect is going to trigger. And then some people cut this card, but I still play it. And I usually grab this before I grab the Last Resort. Again, because if you do get interrupted at this point because someone forgot to activate something, you'll have a Super Agent on field to use this with. So it's better to get this than Last Resort early, because like Last Resort, you're just going to put it on something that doesn't do much. So I grab this first, but people cut this card, it's up to you. So after here, what happens is we take this Xyz monster and Decode Talker, and we make Firewall Dragon in this zone up here.
Now pointing to Master Plan.
Yes, and then the next thing we do is we banish Spiral Mission Rescue to bring back Double Helix in this zone next to Master Plan. Whenever a Link monster comes back from the graveyard, it doesn't have to be pointing to anything. It's just
like a regular monster.
Yeah, it's just general revival, and it can come back to any zone. But you do specifically need it here because you're starting to build your triple co-link for Trigate Wizard, which is going to end here. And on this point, we're going to link our Super Agent away, because now we've replaced it with this because his name counts as Super Agent. Yeah. And that's important for Quick Fix. But since we replaced this one that we're about to lose, we need to go for a link 2.
Proxy?
Yes. A Proxy Dragon. And then a card, left Firewall Dragon zone. So his effect triggers.
It's a special.
And we special summon DD Crow. So now we have 2 level 1s.
Oh, now I see where the combo's going.
Yeah.
And why.
And then, also, whenever he uses his effect to bring himself back, he banishes himself. So you always have to make an Xyz monster so you can detach him back into the graveyard. So that's part of it too.
Nice.
And then we make the Sylvan Princess Sprite. You pretty much have to play the Lyra Lusk Recital Starling to get the DD Crow for this. But this can be just any rank 1 that detaches. I just think she's the best one because she digs for a card.
Does it draw, or you actually get to search a card?
So what it does is it flips a card up off the top of your deck, and if it's a spell or trap, you add it to your hand. If it's a monster, you send it to the graveyard.
Okay.
But, so like I'll put my deck here just so we detach for her. We flip it up. It's a spell. I'm gonna add it to my hammer and flip it upside down because it doesn't matter that we used it. Like, I just want to show you the bare minimum that you guys need for the combo. And then at this point, because we control Spiral Double Helix, we can discard a card. So It's most useful to discard this, extra card you got off the Princess Sprite if you get one. And you have to keep in mind that I started this with 2 cards in my hand, so you're going to have other cards here to discard. So you can just pretend we discard, but for the sake of the combo, I'm going to be using this card we got off Princess Sprite just because it's, visually the most acceptable thing to do right now.
And I doubt you'll use the double summon you drew anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's already too late for that.
Yeah.
So... But I'm just going to leave this face down in the graveyard so that we know it's like a
generic
card.
Discard.
Yeah, generic discard. His effect's going to trigger for the search again. And now you're going to get a last resort.
Okay. I was wondering when that was coming in.
Yeah, let me hear. So something to note about this is that by the end of this, Quick Fix will banish himself, which is fine. Another thing about it is... if you open up the combo, like as I said, you had other extra cards in your hand, it's a lot easier to do this because you could potentially have, what you need is any non-light, non-plant monster in your hand on top of Quick Fix Double Summon, which really isn't asking a lot out of the deck. But for the sake of the combo, I don't have these cards just because I was showing you with the bare minimum. So, but there's a way to play around that if you don't open it, and it's by triggering your Firewall to add a card back to your hand. But technically speaking, in a real game, you'll be able to keep your Firewall balanced because you'll have other cards to use.
Yeah. All right.
But, Quick Fix is going to banish himself when he links himself away.
Yep.
And Proxy Dragon is going to get linked away.
That's Tri-Gate Wizard.
Yeah. And then here comes Tri-Gate Wizard. So there he goes, right under Firewall Dragon. And then I'm going to use, I'm going to chain Firewall Dragon's effect when he triggers to summon a card from my hand to add something back just for the sake of the combo. You don't actually have to. I'll just add back Master Plan.
And that goes to your hand, right?
Well, yeah, it goes to your hand first, but since Firewall chained to his own effect.
I see what you're getting at,
Yeah, he chained to his own effect, so it resolved backwards. So it goes to your hand, and then his effect to summon from the hand resolves, and then it goes down.
Okay.
Yeah. But you don't have to do that if you have other, resources and stuff.
Does it have to be a monster or any card?
It has to be a monster. It has to be a non-plant, non-light monster.
Okay.
Because Ebe, the World Chalice Priestess, requires that you have different types and attributes.
Oh, that's right. You play Ebe.
Yeah. So, and Ebe is much better than Proxy Dragon. If you want, some people play 2 Proxy Dragon. That's another personal choice. To the point where it doesn't matter what the type and attribute of this card is, but I think Ebe is way better than Proxy Dragon because it negates board wipes and
it saves itself.
Yeah.
While Proxy Dragon needs to sack something.
Proxy Dragon just saves 1 card generically, so if they board wipe you, it can't protect everything. Or most things, right?
Most things.
So yeah, Ebe comes in here.
And we're almost done, actually. Because there's only one more play left to go.
Yeah, so I like to leave Master Plan in because I still have Assault in my deck. But, so we got Big Red, Super Agent, and then I'll just send the drone. Even though I kind of like to keep the drone in, too, because he recycles the agents. But I think Master Plan's a little better to keep in to get your Assault next turn.
With this board, how often are you going to go into drone again?
Rarely.
If ever.
No, yeah, ever. I mean, it's so hard to break this board. You kind of just win. So there's your Sleeper and then you put Last Resort on it. Now Sleeper's protected by Ebe and Last Resort, and Tri-Gate Wizard is also protected by Ebe, and he protects himself because he negates stuff.
So you need 2 Kaijus.
Actually, it's better because you have the utility wire here. So, even if you have Evenly Matched, Tri-Gate Wizard negates it.
Yeah.
Raigeki Dark Hole, Ebe negates that. And Last Resort is always protecting Sleeper. Lava Golem doesn't do enough because even if you take these 2 away, I still have Utility Wire and Double Helix. Sphere Mode is probably the best card you have here. You'd have to take Double Helix, Tri-Gate Wizard, and Sleeper.
And then Ebe is just open at that point?
Yeah, because it has to be co-linked to something to protect itself. And Firewall Dragon doesn't do anything while it's not pointing to anything. So if you take this away, it's not pointing to anything, and then they're just left with this, and this is dead. So Sphere Mode is probably the best side-in that if they get this far. But Prevention is the best thing you can do. So hand traps and just stop them from getting to this point is the best option. But if
Draw and Lock.
Yeah, so like Drone Lockbird, Ghost Ogre, Ash Blossom, and Cyphering Gamma.
You could do cherries too.
Yeah. Ghost Reaper, cards like that, Maxi, cards that prevent them from getting here are the best options to stop this before it gets here. Because once it gets here, Sphere Mode's like the only thing you can really do that stops everything. But that's the intermediate combo.
And now we're getting to the experience combo, I assume?
Yeah, advanced.
I call it experience. Yeah. While he's getting it ready, remember, if you come across a Spiral player and he seems really good, just main in your 3 sphere modes. That's all you need to do. If I had 3, I would.
Always board in your sphere modes against this deck. If you choose to play them.
Or World Chalice.
Yeah, I mean, Sphere Mode is just a good generic card for almost any deck. But
don't call him generic.
I mean, he kind of is. But my personal choice is I plan to use Sphere Mode myself in the future. Right now, I'm using Ghost Reaper and Kaiju's. But once I get the Sphere Modes in the special editions, I'll be using those.
What special editions?
The Circuit Break special editions are coming out next Thursday. Sphere Mode's a promo.
Oh, I forgot about that. I am so excited.
So this combo is more or less an extension of the first one, the beginner one.
Yeah.
And this extends it into advanced level of play. So you start off similarly. You normal summon Drone and special summon Agent.
Since we already know the top.
Yeah, then these are the beginner 2 cards. The third card is Different Dimension Reincarnation, which is another card that is optional that a lot of people don't like to play. I like it because it extends your late game and brings back banished cards, banished monsters that you could use. Like you could banish Double Helix off a Drone to add an Agent back, and then bring your Double Helix back with this. I like it for that.
Or get your banished Quick Fix, right?
Yeah, get your banished Quick Fix. In this combo, you actually bring back Drone with it. But I like it because not only is it a combo piece, but it's also like just a late game extension. So I do play it, but this is the advanced combo, 3-card combo. So normal summon, rearrange the top, you know the top, special with its effect, and then link 2.
Double Helix.
Yeah. I mean, all these combos start similarly.
It's always Double Helix and then Master Plan.
Yeah, pretty much always starts like that. And then activate effects, call the top card, Master Plan. And here is where you activate Master Plan. And it's absolutely necessary that you grab Assault in this combo. So even if you choose not to play Foolish Barrel Goods, but you do play DDR, you still have to play this if you want to do this combo.
Alright.
So here's where things get weird. If you notice, I don't have much left to do here. So we go ahead and go for the Link 3 early. And this time, instead of Decode Talker, we're going to make Gaia Saber.
Oh.
Because we need Decode Talker later. And then Master Plan triggers. And you get Spiral Resort. And Quick Fix. Which this is also weird. You normally don't grab Quick Fix off of Master Plan. But in this combo you do. So what happens now is we use Drone's effect early. And we banish itself and Double Helix because we need Agent and Master Plan in the graveyard. Because we're going to add back the Agent and we need the Master Plan for later. So we put the Agent back in here.
Okay.
And then we activate Different Dimension Reincarnation, targeting Drone by discarding Assault. And then Drone comes back here.
No need for effect.
No, you already know what the top card is, so you don't need the effect. And then you can use Assault's secondary effect to banish itself to special summon a card from your hand. So you special summon the Quick Fix from your hand and activate his effects.
Yep.
And you get the big red card. You activate it, and you bring your Master Plan back under the Gaia Saber. Whenever you bring her back, well, actually, even whenever you summon her for Double Helix, this is the zone you always want her in, right underneath the extra zone. When she activates her effect, you get the Spiral Mission Rescue. And now, this combo gets really weird because it's really unorthodox to what all the other combos do.
And that's why we call it spicy.
So you're going to link away a Quick Fix and Guy Saber for a link 4, and you're going to go into your Firewall early.
Doesn't Quick Fix just vanish because it was linked away?
No, it came back off of Spiral Assault. It didn't come back out of the graveyard, so it goes to the grave.
So you still have the graveyard effect?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then right here, we're going to link 2. And instead of Proxy Dragon, which is what we normally do in this zone, we're actually going to make a second double Helix because his name counts as agent, because we use 2 Spiral monsters. Now we're free to activate Quick Fix by discarding Rescue. So we discard Rescue and bring back Quick Fix. Effect will activate. And then I get Utility Wire. And then I usually do this pretty early, but activate Spiral Resort, activate Effect, and we're going to get another Super Agent. You want to get as many level 4s in your hand as possible for this combo. So whether you play tough or whatever, that's your choice, but I just play 3 Agent in the deck, so grab that. As of right now, I'm siding Spiral Tough, but I may end up putting him in the main before long. So right now, this is where we're at. We still know the top card we activate. Special Summon Agent here. This is a once per turn effect, so this one's going to be summoned off of Firewall later. Okay, and then now that we have this here, we use Spiral Mission Rescue. We bring back.
What's good YouTube?
Hey,
Master Plan
scared the shit out of me.
Activate Effect, and we get another Spiral Mission Rescue. So now we've already used everything that Master Plan can offer us, and we're going to
Praise Lord Master Plan.
Please ban.
We're going to link these 2 here because we control an agent over here for Quick Fix later. So it replaced the double Helix we're about to lose. And then we go into Trigate Wizard. No, not Trigate Wizard. This is where I was talking about we need a Decode Talker for later. Decode Talker.
Sorry guys, we do this on the fly. It is live.
Yeah. Decode Talker, then Firewall triggers because a card left his zone, and then you're going to chain his effect to add a card back.
So you're going to add Drone?
You add the Drone back to summon it, so you have 2 level 1s.
I mean, if you've forgotten by now what's on the top, you could use Drone, right, to make sure if you wanted? Or is that...
I mean, if you forget, but I mean, I just recommend not forgetting. In case someone missed their Ghost Ogre or whatever. Overlay here. We go for the Recital Starling. Activate the Recital Starling, and we're going to get our DD Crow. And then we pitch this rescue here, summon Quick Fix again. Quick Fix effect triggers, and we get Last Resort. So not only is Last Resort good because it protects Spiral monsters, especially Sleeper, but it's also good because it's a level 4, and that's actually really important for this combo. So once we're at this point here,
link away.
Yeah, we link here, a 3 and a 1.
You're getting rid of the Decode Talker.
Yeah, so it actually can't point to anything but the Firewall Dragon.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah,
all it does is get big, and then you'd have to get rid of your own Firewall Dragon to negate anything. And what we do is we make a second Firewall Dragon, and then because of the card left Firewall Dragon in the zone, you get to summon a card from your hand, so you're going to summon the DD Crow. And then here comes your other rank 1.
Don't you get one from the graveyard too?
And there's your Princess Sprite.
Now you're gonna dig,
Yeah, here's for a card.
which is inconsequential most times.
So it's Ash. We'll just put it in the graveyard face down, so we know it's just a random card from Princess Sprite. And then we're gonna start building our triple co-link to Firewall Dragon. So we use the rescue here, and we bring back the second double helix we used here. So there, it's co-linked twice. And then here you have two different types and attributes.
So you're gonna make Ebe,
Yeah, so we go ahead and send this, and we make Ebe.
which will now protect the firewall and its co-link with Firewall.
Yes. And this is also good because the card left Firewall Dragon Zone, so this Firewall is going to trigger now. See, before we were always doing it here, now we're doing it here too. That's why you need the second one.
So you got two.
And then Super Agent's going to replace itself. But before Super Agent replaces itself, on this, you're actually going to get rid of this Firewall Dragon. So after the card leaves its zone, its effect triggers to summon a card. Then you're going to chain its own effect to add 3 back because you're co-linked 3 times. You're going to get rid of it. And you're going to add back the Agent, the DD Crow, and then some other random card. It doesn't matter what. I'll just pick Decode Talker for the sake of the combo.
I was gonna say add back Ash, so you had utility. Because this is like turn 1, right?
Yeah, but I'm just counting this as a dead card.
Oh, like
off
generic,
of
you don't know what it is.
Yeah, off of Princess Sprite.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was a real game and I did that, I absolutely would add Ash back. But yeah, for the sake of the combo though, I'm just putting back Decode Talker. And then its effect to summon triggers. And then Super Agent comes out. And then you're going to use Super Agent and Firewall Dragon to make Proxy Dragon here. This Firewall is going to trigger. And then you're going to summon Super Agent.
Yeah.
And then you're going to activate Quick Fix one more time. You're going to discard one of your dead cards from the beginning of the turn rather than the DD Crow, because you had more cards when you started. But I'll use the DD Crow for the sake of the combo to get back Quick Fix. And then I personally am out of things to search. I only play 1 Last Resort. If you want to bump this up to you, that's a personal choice. Some people play 2 Big Red. That's also a personal choice. But I just play 1 of each gear just because it keeps the bricks to a minimum.
Well, you can only use Big Red once anyway, so you're still on the same turn.
Yeah, so I mean, some people play 2 just because it makes the longevity of the deck better. But I only play 1, so if you wanted to get like a second Last Resort, whatever you want to do. But I only play 1 of each gear. So then Quick Fix is going to banish himself because I don't have another easy monster. We're going to link 3.
So Tri-Gate Wizard.
Yeah, here comes the triple co-link Tri-Gate Wizard. And then Firewall Dragon effect triggers. You special summon the Last Resort.
Equip it to
2 level 4s. No.
Oh, okay.
And then you have a Baguska.
Oh, okay.
Link monsters do not have defense points and cannot be turned to defense, so Baguska does nothing to them.
Do they have to be in the defense for their effects to be negated?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a really great setup, and then you still have the utility wire to use with your agent. The only thing I dislike about this combo is that you do have to use this Firewall Dragon's effect, but you still have a negate and banish, you still have a utility wire. This just absolutely shits on everything. Like they have to have a board wipe, which gets negated by this. Or I mean, with this setup, I think a sphere mode again is the best thing because I still have the utility wire. So these 3 have to come off with sphere mode. Lava Golem's average, evenly matched. This negates it. So this is a great setup too. It's a little harder because it's a 3-card combo, but this is the advanced play. Here was Baguska and triple co-link Tri-Gate Wizard, and those are all the combos.
Yeah, that's a big board, and like you said, sphere mode's your best option if you're going up against an advanced Spiral player.
Yeah, other than hand traps, sphere mode is the best thing you can do against the deck. Besides Ghost Ogre, Ash Blossom, Droll Lock, Maxi, and Ghost Reaper.
Yeah.
And Cypher and Gamma.
Yeah, Gammas. Gammas are good. Alright guys, well that was the combo. I'm sorry it was such a long video, but it's necessary. Now you're equipped to go out in the world and destroy everyone. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.